Hey everybody, this is Thomas. Welcome to World for Thought, our family podcast about our trip around the world. Of course, I'm joined by the Ngubergs, Thea, Maya, and Don. And this is our first official recording, I would say, right? Everyone's laughing in the background because I have my work voice on, apparently.
Now you don't.
But this is, it's already been 2-3 weeks already into our trip already.
I thought it was
And
2.5
weeks. And after our first kind of like pre-episode, we've been into Slovenia for 2 weeks. Traveled around there for a bit, saw a lot of cool things. The caves, which we'll go over, of course. And also we are now in Albania. We've been here for about a week or so, and already there's been so many things that we've kind of done. I don't know, what do you guys think about the trip so far? Like, any highlights over the last little bit?
The caves and the gorge.
Yeah, caves in the gorge.
What did you like about the caves?
The caves is cool, and it also had like a big white what do you call it, stalagmite, like, because they made it with water. I was going to say they made it the symbol of Postojna cave.
That's right. And so this is in Postojna, Slovenia, the last city that we actually went to in Slovenia before we took our plane ride to Albania, right?
2 plane rides.
2 plane rides.
Yeah,
yes,
2
there was a
plane
long layover.
Short layover.
Short layover.
But
which
it was
then
2
delayed.
hours. 2 hours.
2 hours.
But it was
right.
at midnight.
But it was at midnight. How was it staying up that late?
Till 4 in the morning.
Till 4 in the
It was
morning.
okay.
It was okay? You do it again?
No.
No?
Because the next day I almost fell asleep on the bus.
Yeah.
Like when we were the short bus.
It's pretty tiring.
Yeah, but that plane too over here.
Yeah.
In Albania. No, like the one that was like turbulence.
Yeah.
The one to
different one?
Slovenia from
France?
Paris. Yeah,
France.
that was a little scary. There was people yelling profanities. The flight attendant did drop the cart on you as far as a cart can fall on a passenger, and the guy kitty cornered to me he was sweating and looked very, very stressed.
He had his head down.
Had his head down on the table, and they didn't ask him to put the table up. They just saw him, and and kids were screaming, and
I was sleeping. I puked.
Thea
puked.
Well.
And like multiple times I felt myself come off the seat. It was only the seatbelt holding me in place. Yeah,
it was pretty rough. It was a pretty rough
and I
plane
just
ride, actually.
slept through all of it.
And thankfully Maya slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, it was great. But let's backtrack a little bit because we've spent a bunch of time in Slovenia, and that was our first kind of real introduction into our trip. Maya, you mentioned Postojna being really cool.
Yeah, and the gorge.
Which was near Lake Bled, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, with lots of water.
Yeah, how was it
how
overall?
Could you forget?
How could I forget that?
We missed a whole bunch of buses, and we made the last bus by 8 minutes.
That was pretty stressful. Going to Lake Bled was beautiful. Going to the gorge was amazing. Having quail was in Albania.
Like here.
But then, just missing our last the last train, which hilariously enough was actually behind the bus station in a building that looked like it was abandoned or like that someone was living in.
And there was no train
signs or anything like that. So
up until there was like, here's to the train every like 5 minutes. And we're like, but no, here's actually the train.
Mommy, remember when the old lady that helped us?
Yes, yeah.
I think that, even with all that, overall, A lot of friendly people. A lot of
speaking
people,
of friendly people,
just really open to kind of helping us.
We
right?
would have missed that last bus if we would have gone with our original plan.
Yes.
The bus driver dropped us off in the middle of nowhere and was like,
"This is where you stay.
catch it here," and it came in less than 8 minutes.
Yeah. So that was. I think that's
that.
one of the things that has been really a pleasant surprise. People are just very open to helping out, and even when there's a big language barrier, they try their best to kind of give us some direction or some, just general idea of what we need to do to get to where we need to get to, right?
And also,
like the guy at the hotel, Adam.
Yeah.
But he spoke English.
And also, we learned that if you, what is it like?
Oh, it's opposite here.
In
Yeah.
Albania, right?
Yeah.
Opposite. Oh yeah.
Shaking your head means yes, and nodding your head means no.
That's right.
Remember, tell them about the.
Yeah, when we arrived in Albania, our taxi driver or our driver that brought us to the hotel, he was actually trying to help us out to find a bus stop in Albania. And for people that haven't been to Albania, there aren't really bus stops. You kind of wait at the side of the road and you hope that a bus will come and you flag it down. And so he's trying to show us where the bus stop is.
No, but they're magical bus stops.
They're magical
because
bus
people
stops.
know where to
Yeah,
stand.
absolutely.
But there's no
Sign.
signs
This is a bus
or
stop
anything
sign.
like that. And so he's trying to explain this to me. He's like, bus stop, and he's like pointing to this place where we're supposed to stand, but also shaking his head. And I was like, are you sure over there? And he's shaking his head. And I was like, I don't understand. Is it over there? And so eventually I figured that he was pointing us in that direction. So we were able to stand there.
And then later.
And lo and behold, after
In the hot
sun, after about 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes, bus shows up and takes us.
It wasn't a bus.
It was a...
It was
Yeah.
like one of those little vans.
Yeah, a little van, no air conditioning. We
Oh
were
my
all
God.
sweating so like profusely.
I have never sweated so much in my life. My cheeks were dripping.
Yeah.
And the lady that told me to sit down, I was like, no, it's actually I think she might. No, wait, was that in Slovenia?
No, there's Albania when we came in.
So she must have thought I was saying yes, because I was like, no, it's fine.
Oh, I didn't even
Maybe.
think of that.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
they were like, sit.
Yeah. No, very friendly. Like you guys got seats. They were, everyone kind of got off their chairs to like give you some space to kind of sit
Yeah,
down.
and
and
also
stuff, right?
the old guy next to me, he was more dripping than you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Slovenia was great. There were some tough times with transportation, of course, and everything like that. But how about the food? Was anything like a big part of Slovenia that you were like, oh, I really liked eating that?
Slovenia or Albania?
Either or.
I like the eggplant here.
Oh,
stuffed
the eggplant. Yeah, the eggplant in Albania is really good. How about you, Thea? Is there anything in particular?
The lamb and the quail.
The lamb and the quail. Yeah. I really like that.
And ice cream.
And ice cream.
And ice cream.
Yeah, just ice cream everywhere, and for a very reasonable price.
$1 and
Yeah.
50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$1.50
$1.50
for a scoop.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And the place that we've gone so far, they put big scoops.
Well, the place that we went today, it was small.
Yeah.
So today we actually left Tirana,
Tirana.
Tirana?
I think
Tirana.
it's Tirana.
Tirana.
and we're actually in Girocaster. And so this is our first
When
night.
they say it, it sounds so much nicer than
I
when
know.
you say it.
I say it terribly.
Yes.
But
Yeah, when we were going onto the bus, I thought you said Giro Castle, and then I looked at the sign and it said Girocaster.
I'll have to practice what it sounds like.
I thought you said gyrocasting.
Oh, it may be. Yeah, I've got to pronounce it a little bit better. So yeah, so we're actually in the hotel right now. The first night here. We actually got to check out the bazaar a little bit and eat some food there.
I thought there was going to be more stalls and not shops.
Yeah, it's mainly just a lot of storefronts that they've kind of put out their kind of
Kitschy
products,
tourist things.
kitschy tourist things out there. And
There's
It was
a
kinda-
slingshot.
Thea saw a
Really?
slingshot and is obsessed with it now. She wants a slingshot. But just a really cool area, really interesting architecture, from the Ottoman Empire, and really, yeah, it was kind of fun to kind of just walk around there. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll go to some of the like outdoorsy spots. I think there's a little mini hike and potentially a swimming hole that we might be able to find.
I want to blast it up. I want it to blast me up.
Yes, apparently this swimming hole is a natural spring.
Blue eye.
It's called the Blue Eye, and the amount of water pressure that comes up from the bottom, they don't know how deep this thing is. If you jump into it, it actually like propels you up.
So we have to jump into it?
No, they actually recommend you don't jump into it because it's kind of dangerous to like jump off of the platform because it's not meant to be jumped off, but people still do it.
Go in,
you just go in, I think.
and then it pushes you up.
Pushes you up.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the walking tour. You really enjoyed that, Thea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what did you guys think of that? That was actually at the beginning of our trip in Albania.
There was lots of history that I didn't know before.
Oh, like what?
That so many different countries attacked this part. What is it called?
Albania.
Albania. And like they put in the camps and the mines and
exiled people to them, right?
Yeah, and the Secret Service that killed people
After communism here. Yeah.
I think that was a very, I would say, eye-opening experience in the sense that really this area, this country has been under communist rule and also under different empires for a large portion of time, and it's only in the last less than 20 years or so that they've been a true democracy and the people are actually enjoying some freedoms in that sense, and it's quite the transformation.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about. What got me was when the tour guide said, any older person here, you mention 1997 and they will cry. Like that's when there was that mass exodus because, you know, the fall of communism before the Secret Service kind of got a hold of things. It just makes me think of really anybody even our age and older would have gone through like my parents' age would have gone through 4 different types of government. Yeah. Like not just like NDP liberal, like 4 different types of government.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
very scary.
I remember that he said the government let everybody take the weapons as a distraction.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was civil war after that.
Mm-hmm.
Civil war is when there's fighting within the country.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good time for sure. So definitely lots of learnings from that. But I think, you know, part of the cool thing about that is I think we as a family got really excited about it. I know Thea was right up front and center, so that was really cool to see.
Also, the cool fact was like his grandpa built the stones under Skanderbeg's statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of family connections within the city, tied to the city. Yeah.
Does anybody know any background about Skanderbeg?
He defeated lots of armies
that were 10 times the size of his army because of his strategy and knowing the land here.
And he was forced to go there.
Yeah, he was forced to exile, you're right.
Yeah.
And then he rose up in the ranks on the enemy's army and came back and...
Yeah, he's considered the hero of Albania.
So, ask a question, Thea.
What things on this world trip have amazed you?
Amazed, like as in awe, I would say the caves. Like even the professional pictures just don't do it justice for how just like awe-inspiring it is.
Yeah, the caves and the gorge. The gorge was not as amazing as the caves, but it was still amazing.
It was still amazing.
It was still very amazing.
Also, the funny story with the guy tried to get in, but he couldn't.
Oh, he had the
Yeah.
turnstile. I wonder why.
Get
It let
in.
everybody through except for him, and he tried multiple times to get through it, and it wouldn't let him.
And then eventually he just climbed
And
over.
then he he just climbed on the outside. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why would that be?
I don't know. But
Because
for,
if you're already in, then
yeah, if you're already, for anybody that's listening, what's happening is that when you're trying to enter this gorge, you actually have to pay first, and then there's a turnstile that you have to like go through, and it's all automated. So you scans you through, you go through, and then for some reason, this one guy near the end, it wasn't reacting to him, so he would try to get through, and he would just get stopped every single time.
and
so
then everybody would just laugh.
everyone was able to get through, which is super weird. So maybe there's something in his backpack, or I don't know. Nobody was able to figure it out.
And he joked he put his hoodie on, like pretending there was a camera, and be like, "Okay, if you don't know who I am, I can get through," and it still
Yeah.
stopped it.
I think eventually he just jumped the gate.
He went through around on the
Oh,
outside.
he
of
went
it.
around and outside. Gotcha.
I guess everybody could do that.
Yeah.
You just
It wasn't easy, but he did it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I would have to agree. Like the caves, definitely amazing to be in. You're just filled with this like wonder and awe when you're in there, just because of the scale of how big these things are.
Yeah, I think the audio guide said it was like 120 meters.
That we were underground.
Yes, I think.
Very cool.
Okay, one question, Maya.
What food are you excited to try or have again? The what is it? The sauce stuff.
The tzatziki.
Oh, tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
Kay has learned that she likes tzatziki. How about you, Maya?
I'm excited to try what is it called? Like the spinach cheese thing.
Spanakopita?
Yeah, I'm
In
excited
Greece?
to try spanakopita in Greece.
That sounds really good.
Daddy, you
Food that I'm excited to try, or that I've already had.
Oh no, like what food are you excited to try or have again?
Oh, have again. I want to try more, just like interesting desserts from each of the different regions. Like for instance, like in Albania and Slovenia, there was that
The milk cake.
The milk cake.
Trilo or something.
Trilece. I have to look it up, but it was really good. Like I was surprised because there's apparently 3 different types of milk that go into there.
Really?
From what I understand, it's actually Spanish in origin. The Albanians and even Slovenia have like kind of adopted it, and it's really popular around here. And so that was surprisingly delicious. And so there's so many like of these like unique desserts in like the different areas.
Also the pistachio baklava, that was so good.
Yeah, that was really good as well.
It was really sticky.
Well, yeah, because it's
Really
Slovenia
sticky.
and
Yeah.
I'm just excited to try anything new, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just having an open mind
I
around
was
it.
just thinking about that today. Like, I don't feel like I don't miss food back home yet. It's only been 2.5 weeks, but
I miss
I-
chips.
I feel like I don't miss it because there's always something new that
Yeah.
we're trying here. Yeah,
and
Very
I
true.
miss fish.
You miss fish.
we can get some fish tomorrow.
Get some fish.
I miss wontons.
You miss wontons.
Amah's wontons.
Amah's wontons, yeah.
In,
We'll have to find some.
in broth.
And broth, yeah. Yeah, not enough broth. I feel like I need some broth in my life.
No.
Or some noodle soup.
noodles.
Noodle soup,
Instant
yeah,
ramen.
exactly. Don, you had a question?
What is the thing that you've learned about yourself in the last 2.5 weeks? Because when we went to Japan, like, I speak the language and was very comfortable. But here, this is the first time traveling to places where no one in the group speaks the language, and we kind of didn't know. You had a lot of prepping before Japan, whereas here we just didn't know what to expect because none of us have been here.
Yeah.
So what's the lesson about yourself that you've learned?
What do you mean?
Well, I already knew about this myself, but how much it highlighted very much how it's a skill I really need to work on. I just thought it was like a superfluous skill of small talk, but remember we were going to the gorge?
Mhm.
I wasn't sure if we were, like, Daddy had booked the tickets online already, but then I wasn't sure if we were going to make it because Thea stopped because of a headache. And then trying to walk, and then you had fallen.
I did. Oh right.
Blood is coming out of your leg, and I'm like, I know these bought the tickets, but I don't know. Like, and I was about to like take you guys like kicking and screaming and see how far we get, but then there's Daddy telling stories and making comments about the outhouse and how it looked like the sign, it looked like a naked person, or I don't even remember. And you're like having a conversation about what it would be like to poop naked. And then,
What, we were?
yeah, and then you're talking about our honeymoon and where we didn't have any air conditioning, and it looked
And
like
you put ice packs.
right, and then
Right,
we had to
yeah.
go to the bathroom when it already looked like we'd already gone to the bathroom.
What, because of the ice pack.
Because the ice packs leaked, and Daddy's bringing up all these stories, and you guys are killing yourselves laughing. We go in, it's cooler in there because the headache probably was brought on by the heat. You're fine.
The humid.
And we got a Band-Aid on you. You're fine, and we had a lovely time in the gorge. If that would have just been just me and you two girls, I think we would have had a different experience.
Why?
Well, remember, I was telling you, like, Daddy's really good at small talk, way better than I am. And you said, what did you say to me? You're like, oh, is that why we just, like, sit in the car in silence when you drive?
Oh yeah, I remember saying that.
Nice.
When you're driving me to the wart doctor.
There you go. Yeah. What about you guys? Do you learn anything about yourself, or?
I don't know.
You don't?
I don't know.
Still yet to be determined.
Yeah, maybe later.
Maybe later. Wait, how about you, Thea? Anything?
Maybe later.
Maybe later?
Maybe later.
Interesting. I think for me, one of the things that I've noticed is that I realized, and maybe this will change, I'm not sure if I'm gonna start missing stuff, but I really don't miss anything too much yet. Like, I'm really enjoying the experience, enjoying just being here, and just living moment to moment. And so even with the stuff that we used to had at our place and everything, like, I haven't thought about any of that. And so it's still early days. I don't know if that's going to change, but that's kind of surprising to me.
Oh, really?
That I wouldn't even think about it.
I'm surprised that surprises you, because of the two of us, you, like, with the exception of kitchen stuff.
Well, the kitchen stuff too, like just being able to cook and stuff like that, like it's a nice thing, but I haven't really like missed it entirely. So
Probably because near the end you were doing most of the cooking and you just need a break right now.
oh, maybe it's possible. We'll see. We'll see in the next couple weeks. Who knows?
I think that's one thing by the end of this trip that I think I'll miss is our kitchen, and because we have a lot of we like being in our kitchen, and so
It's true.
Baking stuff.
yeah.
My cast irons. Yeah, I love my cast iron pans.
I learned that I need to do knitting more
Oh, really?
because I like it.
Oh, that's great. That's
But
good.
I keep on forgetting.
But you keep on forgetting to do it. Well, there's time now to kind of like delve into that, and
No other
And drawing.
distractions.
And drawing.
and drawing. Yeah, you're actually learning a little bit of some manga drawing, like the anime eyes and everything like that. Yeah, it's super cool.
I learned that like I don't really like drawing like when I have so much stuff to do, and I don't really do that much drawing now that we're on a world trip, because now we have lots of things to do. And then
Should we be less busy, less packed?
no
You want to be packed?
no and then I do more Lego now.
Yeah, a little bit more. You enjoy the Lego. You're glad we got you a container for you to take some Lego, eh? That's pretty good. So I think, hopefully we can keep a consistent schedule. I think we're still trying to figure this out. Our goal is to kind of keep on doing these recordings. mainly for ourselves, but also for anybody that's kind of interested in listening and learning about our trip together as a family. Anything else?
Actually, the main reason I think is for the future Maya and future Thea.
Yes.
And
That's true.
family.
And I think that's it. You want to say bye?
Bye!